Okay, let's take a look at some of these skills of yours. So the first one I'm always concerned about is notice how hard you land on that one leg, and the other leg is not even underneath you. You have to really work on that balance, otherwise you're going to hurt your leg. And we've talked about this a couple times. But you see how you're never in balance. You're always throwing your one shoulder so low, and then it throws you way off balance, and then you come down really hard. It also drops your hit a little bit, so you'll notice on all of these hits, you tend to hit the top of the tape, and you shouldn't. Your jump is high enough, so watch when you make your approach here. So it's nice and low. You do a nice explosion off the floor, so there it is, but you're still a little bit high, and then you held it, and then you landed on the one foot really hard again. And so you got to be really careful, because you're going to end up really hurting your knees on one of those jumps as you throw your as you drop your shoulder that hard. It tends to make you look so lopsided and so off balance, and that I'm concerned. And I've been telling you that. It's not like it's a new statement to you. And so you just have to be careful and come in down a lot more balanced. So here you are. Watch your ready position in this, and compare your ready position to the image that's going to pop up here in a second. So the focus beforehand is always, so we talked about that, and the focus of being ready for a play. So they're nice. There's no problem, but watch how low your arms are on all of these, where you start your arms with. So you start your arms down between your legs, which handicaps you if it goes to your right or to your left, because you're going to end up hitting your legs. So watch. So then the other thing is, because you pull your arms down like that, you don't have them straight out in front of you. You have them in a little V shape. And so you have to take your elbow out of the equation, so get your hands out straight in front of you and keep them there. And so the image that was there, you could see how that was. So again, angle out in front, arms out in front. And then you have to get that ball out in front, otherwise it's going to go backwards always. And so again, if your arms are out in front, then you can play that ball high. But because you're starting with your arms so low, you're all the time committed to playing the ball low, and you can't do that. You have to be able to play the ball in front of you. Nice one there. It's like you got shot. He's going down. He's going down. Okay, so now watch on your block. I take it that's what we're practicing here. Yeah, your blocks. Now watch how much you float on these ones. You cannot do this, because then that becomes an individual block. And so watch, there's your jump, and watch how much you float. You float so you end up landing outside the court almost. You can't play defense around that. That's an individual block that your defense just cannot get around that. So you need to get to one spot and then go straight up and down in order for a block to be successful. And so the rest of the team can play around it. You might get a little bit more height on the float, but the chances of you actually making a block on it and not getting tooled are so much slimmer when you're floating that much. Like if I was hitting on that offside, I would enjoy it, because you just come floating past, and all I need to do is swing hard, because you have no idea where the ball's going a lot of times. So the other one is get your hands a little wider. Notice how it's the other right together like that. So get your thumbs pointed to the sky, hands out, and then block with your hands and not with your forearms. And so you did a couple good blocks there that were on your forearms. Here's your spike. Take a look at it in comparison to the image that's there. You're very balanced, but again, watch every single time you jump, you land, and you run to the left. Watch, jump, land, and you're moving to the left. This one here again, jump. You have a very powerful serve, and you land and to your left. And so that means you're always throwing your weight to that one side, which is not good for your legs and your knees. And it also makes it very hard to control and put a ball in the court consistently, because you never know how far you're going to float to that one side. So here it is again. So it's a nice jump. You're there, and your body's in good shape, but then you throw your shoulder down so low. And so you have to watch that. On these ones here, when you're passing, these are the digging ones. When you're digging, make sure that you stop. Your forward momentum is there. Your feet are too wide on this one. Now as you move back, now as it's hit, well, look at where your arms are. Right down between your legs again. And then you're digging it right between your legs. And then here, this one here, you can get that without going down. So you didn't have to dive on any of those. You just have to move your feet a lot faster. So again, watch the width on the first one. Watch how far back your arms are on each one. So you're coming in here, your arms are down almost between your legs. So see how low it is, and you bent elbows, and you can't dig bit down there, because you have nothing to cushion if your arms are that close to your body all the time. And so your biceps, triceps are almost against the side of your body, and you can't. You got to get them out in front. And that one there, you would have played with two hands, even though you have to go down. So overall, your skills are good. You're doing too much floating around and a little bit too much random play. So clean it up, and you've got a nice skills.